Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to the American hero New York Yankees as we're going to try and win the World Series using only American players. And today, well, we got knocked out, so we will play through the off-season and build to go again next season. We've got to go off to our end-of-season awards in just a second here, see, among other things, who you guys had voted our MVP for the last season. And when we come back from that, we will see who's gone on to win the World Series. I don't know if I want the Mariners to go on and win it, or if that's just going to annoy me more because it could have been us. But we'll find out who's won that, and then the MLB awards, free agency, all those sorts of things, and see what we're left with when we get to spring training. All right, let's go off to these end-of-season awards. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the New York Yankees end-of-season awards. Thank you everybody, thank you so much, thank you. Well, first of all, apologies for the delay, a week-long delay in the end of season awards. After such a disappointing end to the season, I went for a week-long bender down in Cuba. Of course, the players were all invited to go with me, but they couldn't get visas, so I got to leave them behind since it was them choking a two game to nothing lead that, saw us here and not contesting for the World Series. But anyway, let's not dwell on that. The players, they did try their best. I thought we did well this year. I was hoping for a better end of the season. But nonetheless, we'll give them a big round of applause and hope for a little bit better again next season. Well done, boys. Shame about Cuba. Alright, so the first award this evening goes to the pitcher with the most wins, and it would have been easy with DeGrom coming in to for this guy just to sit back, to settle into sort of a secondary role in the rotation, but no, he did nothing of the sort. He led the American League in wins with 19, so the winner is Tyler Mahle. The next award is for the batter with the highest batting average. And, well, we had a few disappointments with the bat this season, didn't we, Machado? But this guy was certainly not one of them. A batting average of .305. The winner is JJ Bleday. The next award is the Golden Bullseye, awarded to the player hit most by pitchers this season. And, well, this guy, he earned it. 9 times he was struck by a pitch. Which isn't the highest number we've ever seen, but nonetheless, it hurts. So the winner of the Golden Bullseye this year is Joey Gallo. The next award is the Golden Anchor, awarded to that player that drags us down by hitting into the most double plays. And, well, we've already seen this guy up on the stage this evening. 15 times he hit into a double play. Maybe if you let the ball hit you a little bit more often, mate, you wouldn't be doing such damage to us. But the winner of the Golden Anchor is, get back up here, Joey Gallo. The next award is the Golden Boot, awarded to the pitcher who has issued the most walks. And, well, this guy is looking for a clean sweep of the pitching categories, it would appear. 61 walks, which isn't the worst tally, to be honest. I think that's acceptable for the most. So get back up here for the second time this evening, Tyler Mahle. Next up, it is the Golden Glasses, awarded to the batter who struggles to see the ball, the man who has struck out the most times. And, well, this guy was, I thought he did well this season, I'll be honest, although strikeouts is maybe something he could work on. 194 strikeouts for the winner. And that winner is Joe Adell. The next award is the Golden K for the pitcher with the most strikeout victims. And, well, this guy, he came in this season. He has, unfortunately, Tyler, he's ruined your chance of a clean sweep. But he did what we brought him in to do. 232 strikeouts. The winner is Jacob deGrom. The next award is the Golden Broom, awarded to that player who sweeps clean the bases, the man with the most RBIs. And, well, this guy just got over the 100 mark, 102 RBIs. And for the third time this evening, the winner is Joey Gallo. The next award is for the pitcher with the best ERA, and this guy is, well, this season he really was a quiet achiever in the bullpen, and, I mean, really never let us down, as the ERA will testify. An ERA of 1.84 through the season. The winner is Stephen Brault. And now it's time to acknowledge the hitter with the most home runs this season. And, well, this guy racking up quite a few trophies this evening. 42 home runs was his tally in the end. So the winner of the most home runs for the season is Joey Gallo. And now it is time to award the horse's ass for this season's worst player. And, well, this guy is on a salary that would suggest he should not be anywhere near this award. But even if he was on the minimum wage, I think he would have been close to this award this season. He was a horrible, horrible disappointment. So congratulations to Manny Machado. You are the horse's ass. And now it's time to acknowledge this season's best pitcher. Now, as ever, there is a formula we use to determine this, and that, along with all tonight's winners, is down in the description of the video. So in third place, with a score of 41.74, it's Tyler Mahle. In second place, with a score of 48.13, it's without a doubt the revelation of the season, Andre Jackson. But the winner, with a score of 55.81, it's the big money signing. It's Jacob deGrom. And now it's time to acknowledge the best hitter. Now, again, there is a formula we use to determine this, and that is as well down in the description of the video. So in third place with a score of 44.88, it is David Fletcher. In second place, it's good to have him back, with a score of 46.92, it's Corey Seager. But the winner, with a score of 48.63, it is JJ Bleday. And now it is time to award the Golden All-Star for this season's MVP, as voted by the fans watching on YouTube. We had 3 very good nominees this season, but obviously only one man can win. And that man, with a voting percentage of 49%, so almost half of the votes, the winner is Joey Gallo. So there we go. Congratulations to Joey and the rest of the winners this evening. It's been a disappointing season, really, hasn't it? We want to get better. We want to go even further next season. And we've got a busy off-season coming up as we look to... we'll be working hard this winter. Don't you worry about that. But for this evening, I want to thank everybody in the auditorium. Thank you all for watching at home. And we'll see you all back again at Yankee Stadium as we look to take these American heroes all the way to World Series glory. I know it'll be next season, guys. We can do this. Come on. Enjoy your evening. So there we go. End of season awards are done, and Chicago White Sox are the World Series champions. 4-3 they got over the Mariners, and then 4-2 over the Braves in the World Series. So, I mean, I think they are just about the best team, aren't they? If we have to go back and have a look at the standings, won 103 games. They were the only team, other than the Dodgers, to win 100 games. And yeah, I mean, you look at it, we were sort of the next best after those guys. So, yeah, a bit disappointing. I guess if we'd gone out to the White Sox, it would have felt a little bit more of a successful season. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. If you don't win the World Series, then you don't win the World Series. Doesn't matter when you go out. But let's have a quick look here at what we've got to catch up on now. Machado apparently had an option year on his contract. Unsurprisingly, having picked himself up the Golden Horse's ass, he has decided he'd like to stay for the money. So let's hope that he improves for next season, and or maybe we trade him this off-season. We'll have to see. Owner goals. Doesn't really matter what we did last year. What are we trying to do this year? Improve, win the championship, improve runs scored, sign Chad Green. I will not be doing that. Acquire an all-star, increase the attendance, $26 million in the bank, and build a team that can win a championship in 5 seasons. So other than that, not much. Market size has increased to huge, so that's good. New budget, we'll go and have a look at what it actually, or maybe we can just do it now, can't we? So we have $14 million for free agents, $14 million for extensions. So you'd like a little bit more, perhaps. We do have a couple of guys that are leaving, so that might might help things on a little bit there. Max Scherzer is going to try and get himself into Congress. We've had our contract extended, so well done to us, and a couple of personnel that are leaving. We are getting rid of our trainer. He was okay without being great, so hopefully we'll get someone a little bit better in. But otherwise, there was nobody that's leaving that we wanted to keep. And the end of season prospects list, what have we got there? Not any of our guys, which is disappointing. Off season begins, arbitration period begins, so go and have a look at that in a second here. Is there anything else here that we need to? Mattingly has been sacked, so do we get Mattingly in? And in what position do we get him in? I'll have a think about that. I think we're pretty much full up, though. It's just a hitting coach, I think, that we need. Okay, what are we doing? Arbitration. Let's go and have a look at arbitration here. Josh James. I do not want to keep Josh James, I don't think. I was going to have a look at trading him, actually. But I think we just cut and run, don't we? Save ourselves $1 million. He's not going to... yeah, we will. We'll trade that. He's not going to get to a point where he's worth anything to us. Mahle, unfortunately, we're going to have to pay him the 10.5. Brault, $4 million. I mean, he could be a starter for us. We are potentially a starter short for next season at this point. So I think we just suck it up, and maybe he's someone who can come in and be number 4 or 5 in the rotation. Rasmussen, we'll keep him. Cody Reed, he has already decided he's leaving. Cody Reed, don't I want to keep Cody Reed? Where's Cody Reed? Why is he not in the Major League side? He was good for us, was he not? Why have I dropped him? Anyway, I'll have a think about that. I think I do want to keep him, but I'll have to think about that one. Jordan Hicks, we want to keep him. Cam Gallagher, do we want to pay him 5.5? I don't know if we do. Carson Kelly, there's a lot of money tied up into catches there. We'll have to think about that. Nico Horner, 3.4 is a lot for what he does. Olsen, 16 million is a lot for what he did. And Talkman at 11 million, I'm going to say now we do not want to keep. So I'm going to have to have a bit of a look at that, and we'll do the minor league things off camera. And that what I wanted to look at. Was there anything else I wanted to show you? Oh, catches. Do we have any other catches that are in the system coming through? Where's AAA? We have Cumberland, who's not the best defensive catcher, but as a backup, we could maybe just get by with him and get rid of one of the 2 catchers, which then leaves us the question, who do we get rid of? Cam Gallagher, good defensively, not great with the bat, or Carson Kelly, really good defensively, and arguably, well, that kind of makes its own decision there, doesn't it? So Cam Gallagher might be leaving, it looks like. But anyway, guys, we'll be back. MLB awards are coming up soon, the Golden Glove, so we'll be back for those, and we may have done a little bit of business before then as well. We have breaking news out of the Yankees as GM Aussie wastes no time in rebuilding his team for next season. Now out has gone Mike Tauchman and Matt Olson to the Mariners and the Angels respectively, with the Yankees acquiring first baseman Evan White and starting pitcher Griffin Canning. Okay, so it is all change. We are rebuilding our outfield. We've got Mike Tauchman. He has gone off to Seattle. He was on $9 million this year. As we saw, it was going to be up to at least $11 million. We don't need that for a backup outfielder. So he's gone off to Seattle. And in place of him, we have got in a familiar name. And let's hope he can recapture his Colorado Rockies form for us. Evan White has come in. He's going to play first base. He's very good defensively. Now, he hasn't had the best season at the Mariners, a negative WAR. He was quite poor, as a matter of fact. But I think, well, if we can recapture his his Rockies form, we know how good he can be. I think he is actually quite good. Good gap power, good home run power. And Olsen was batting 8. We can drop him down there at 8. He's not going to let us down defensively, and he's much, much cheaper. So I do think that works out. Now, the thing with Evan White's contract is that it does go up over time. But, even if it 2027, was that 4 or 5 years time, it's still less than what Olsen was going to be on for this coming season. So I think that works out for us financially. And the other trade we did was, as I said, we sent Matt Olson away. He has gone to the Angels. He was on 12.8 this season. 16 at least next season. I think it was actually a little bit higher than that, wasn't it? Again, good defensive player. He did okay. He hit, what did he hit? 30 home runs, 57 RBIs. That's not that great, is it? So we've traded, not for the money he's on anyway, so we've traded him away. And in has come starting pitcher Griffin Canning. Now, this guy, I think he tops out our starting rotation very, very nicely indeed. He's been at the Angels, ERAs of sort of low fours. I think he might even be able to do a little bit better than that for us. His whip has been relatively good. ERA plus, always where it wants to be. He's got good WARs as well. So yeah, I think he could do quite well. We're expecting just on 8 million potentially for arbitration. That is absolutely fine. And yeah, well, welcome to the Yankees, Griff. Now let's go and have a look and see who has won some of these awards. The Golden Gloves. We have Trevor Stephen, who's won it for pitching. Or Stefan even. So very nicely done. He, of course, will be in our starting rotation for next season, sort of the number, I'm thinking probably the number 5 slot. But he's added a Golden Glove to his repertoire. Very, very nice. But no other Yankees have picked anything up, so that's maybe disappointment for us. And in the National League, we can see all the other Golden Glove winners there. No former Yankees. Next up, it's Reliever of the Year. Hicks might be a chance. So in the American League, it went to Presley of the Mariners. Hicks came in second, and we didn't have anybody else there, but Ryan Presley, who is reasonably impressive, isn't he? He has won the Reliever of the Year. And on the National League side of things, it went to Reggie Lawson of the Padres. And you can see all the other contenders that were there. Next up, it is the Golden Sticks. No, Silver Sluggers, isn't it? Let's see who won those. Okay, so looking down the list, I don't see any Yankees. So that's disappointing, isn't it? A lot of Tampa Bay Rays in there. But yeah, no Yankees, which is, as I said seconds ago, disappointing. And the National League side of thing, Jack Flaherty is there. We had him somewhere, didn't we? I remember him being disappointment for me. Who else have we got there? Any other names we remember? Torres, did we trade him? We had to trade him away, did we not? Yeah, we did. So he's doing well in LA. That's frustrating. And nobody else there that we've had. Next award is Rookie of the Year. Was Stefan a rookie, the starting pitcher? I can't remember now. No, it wasn't Stefan. It was Andre Jackson, and he has indeed won Rookie of the Year. He was brilliant this season. He really, really was. ERA of 2.68. I mean, he would have to be a dark horse. Look at that, a whip of 105. ERA plus of 172, WAR of 4.1. He'd have to be a dark horse, and I don't think he'll win it, but he would be a contender or a dark horse, I would say, for the Cy Young. He was absolutely brilliant and completely deserves his Rookie of the Year. You can see all the other contenders there. And on the National League side of things, it went to Kensuke Kondo, a 30-year-old who has come over. We had him at Nippon Ham Fighters, yeah. If you followed the baseball journeyman. So he has won Rookie of the Year. Seiya Suzuki, who we had at the Mets all those years ago. So that is all of those. Next up, it's Manager of the Year. I don't think our boy's going to get it. And rightly so, it goes to the Chicago White Sox manager, and it is the Dodgers' Dave Roberts that picks it up on the National League side of things. Next up, it is Cy Young. DeGrom, Mahle, Jackson. It'll probably be somebody else. So it's gone to Patino of the Rays. DeGrom was third. Look at that, Jackson was up there. Mahle as well. So 3 of our starters in the top, 7 or 8, which is good. But Patino, who of course is ineligible for us given that he is Colombian, but he has won the Cy Young, and he did have a very good year, didn't he? And on the National League side of things, it's Severino, who of course we had to trade away because he was Dominican, but he has won the Cy Young on that side of the divide. And next up, it is MVP. Well, it's not going to be Manny Machado, that's for sure. So Eloy Jimenez picks it up for the White Sox. Did we have anybody close? JJ, he was our top contender. If we keep scrolling down, did we have anybody else? Andre Jackson was there, which is surprising. Joey Gallo as well. But yeah, no one for us really in contention. And if we have a look at the National League, it went to Cody Bellinger. Hooray for him. I think we're all sick of the sight of him after our time at the Rockies, aren't we? But that's who's won it on the National League side of things. So that's all the awards done. I do believe the next thing we're going to have is the free agency. So, well, let's see what we can do when we go shopping. Okay, so arbitration hearings have taken place. Let's have a look here. Now, Griff Canning, the new boy, he got a little bit more than ideally we would have liked. But I suppose that's okay. $10 million for Carson Kelly. Luckily, he only got the 8.4 we offered. Nico Horner got the 3.4 we offered. Drew Rasmussen got 900 grand. That's absolutely fine. Hicks got 6 million, which is a little bit more than we had offered. Mahle got more than we'd offered, but again, it's probably fair enough. Cam Gallagher got the 5.5. We will try and trade him away. And look at that. Brault has got 5 million. And Cody Reed got the million that we offered, not what he demanded. I did end up deciding that we probably want to try and keep him. We've got a trade proposal here from the Royals. We're not going to be trading him, and we're not going to be... Well, yeah, so that's just a flat-out reject, isn't it? So that is the arbitration hearings. Let's have a look and see how much money we're going to have here. Front office, we're down to about 11 million now, despite getting rid of a few. So that's going to bring us to free agency. We'll be back for that tomorrow. Tomorrow in game, of course. All right, now let's have a look here at the major free agents. Musgrove, Severino, we can't sign. Donaldson as a third baseman, no. Diaz, we can't sign. Corey Kluber, as good as he's been, and he is good when he pitches, I just don't think we can rely on him. And he wants 18 million, which he's no chance of getting. Noah Syndergaard. Okay, what's he want? 24 million. He has spent 2 years at St. Louis. He's had an injury, hasn't he? And he's not as good as he obviously once was. And I think we're okay for starting pitching. So let's maybe turn the other way on that one. And Verlander, how did he do this past season? No, he's at 18 million. He's not really anything that we're after anymore, is he? So potentially not too much there. Hall of Fame voting. I'll do that off camera. It doesn't really matter. It's not that much of a long-term save. We want to, well, hopefully it's not anyway. Hopefully we can win a World Series sooner rather than later. All players. Of course, now I do have it just to American players, I think, don't I? Yeah, so we don't tease ourselves with somebody we can't sign. Chad Green has left. Hader is decent, isn't he? 9 million. These are all players. So there's not anybody that instantly you think makes us better. Peter Alonso is a free agent, 3.4. He was disappointing for us, though, wasn't he? And he's not really gone anywhere else. And Sean, but I mean, designated hitter, potentially. Yeah, all right, well, leave this with me. We're going to have a quick look through here. We're going to see what we can do. If we're looking at where we need to strengthen pitching, to be honest, I'm relatively happy with it. Corey Cannibal, we've got to figure out what to do with him too, don't we? I think we've got our starting rotation there more or less. Let's maybe we go Griff. Jackson was good, but I think that's more or less our starting rotation, and I'm more or less happy with the bullpen as well, to be honest. Babbage is the one that I've called in to kind of replace Green, who has left. And then the lineup, I would like to improve center field. Adell played there last year and was okay, I guess. He didn't have a very good postseason. But otherwise, I think, we're just looking for maybe the one or two players to sort of finish us off. But I do think outfield and perhaps a better designated hitter is where we're maybe looking. Well, mate, everything looks good and official here. So welcome to the Yankees, Jason. Your visa? No, mate, got to sort out your own credit cards. Your work visa? Why would you need a work visa? Oh. Okay, we have done another trade, and, well, I've done something that I knew I was going to do at some point, but I fixed my mistake. But anyway, Cannibal has left. He was poor last year, to be honest, ERA over 5, and we have Nick Robinson now. So we got off 6.5 million off the salary. And the other player that we lost in this trade, as it turns out completely unnecessarily, was Jonathan Bolin, a 27-year-old minor league starter. He was really good in AAA last year. He was somebody who could easily have come in and well, if not just in the starting rotation to start off the season, then certainly a little bit during the season should we get injuries or whatnot. So that's who we gave up. In return, we got a first base option in Cody Hose. I guess you'd pronounce it. I don't know how you'd pronounce that. But a minor league player. This was just basically to get Cannibal off of it, or get his salary out of the way. So that was 6.5 million we saved. And then the mistake I made, because I got excited when I saw a very decent center fielder, is I traded for Jason Dominguez. Of course, he is Dominican. He is not eligible to play for us. So then I had to try and get rid of him. You'll see he's gone to the Detroit Tigers, and that's because we traded him there. And in return, I got in Casey Miser. Anyway, basically trying to replace the Bolin guy that I traded away. So in the end, we got Cannibal out. We maybe had a slight upgrade at starting pitcher, and we got another first baseman in. So it worked out in the end, but I was always going to trade for a non-American at some point, wasn't I? Okay, it is Rule 5 draft time. Now, we're not going to take part. There's no one there, as you can see in the pool here, that's going to instantly improve us. But we do have a few guys that are vulnerable to it. Now, some of them I'm okay with, but there are a few that I would, well, I'm nervously, let's say, leaving them unprotected. And the reason we're having to do that is because we just don't have any more room on the secondary registration 40-man list thing. So let's go and have a look at the draft and just keep our fingers crossed that we don't lose anybody. Okay, so we have lost one, Michael Grove, a starting pitcher. He was one of the ones that I was tentatively thinking about protecting, but like I say, we just didn't have enough. So he's gone off to the A's. He may well be back, he might not, but I mean, he's not going to win a World Series for us, is he? So it's not the end of the world that he's left, but yeah, not ideal. A little bit of depth that's left. Okay, we are at spring training, which brings us to the end of today's episode. Before we let things go, let's have a quick look at the team as I see it. You can kind of see it down there. If we start with the batting, I think Fletcher leading us off again. A good utility infielder, but playing primarily second base. That's our leadoff man. I think batting second is JJ in left field. No reason to change him. Now, I think Isbell, I think he could maybe be a better defensive player. I think he played well last year when he came in, so I think he could be maybe an option at center field or just a backup outfielder and or designated hitter where he played for us a lot of last season. With that defensive rating, we could even look at maybe using JJ as a DH, but I think I'd rather have him in the game, to be honest. Machado, I did have a look at trying to trade him. No one was interested. I don't know why he's so angry. He's on $30 million a year. He's got to be better for us this coming season. He was poor last year. We need him. We need him to be better. So he will be at third base. If we go down to shortstop, Corey Seager, let's hope we get another good year of him. He was solid for us this year when he played, so that was excellent. Joey Gallo in right field. He can obviously play left field. We could, in theory, try him in center field as well. But I think right field with that arm is the best spot for him, isn't it? So then we go down to Adell in center field. I think Isbell is probably the better option. Maybe Adell as the DH. He was okay during the regular season. He really was last season. He just was poor when we got to the postseason, which is a shame. But he's only 24. He'll be better for the experience. So no need to trade him away, I didn't think. Evan White at first base. We'll give him a chance there to start out the season. If he works out, fantastic. If he doesn't, then Nico Horner can fill in there, or Joey Gallo could play there. Carson Kelly will be the catcher, as we know. Now that brings us, of course, to the starting rotation. Now, DeGrom has had a bit of a drop-off over the winter, so that's disappointing. He's still very good. We've still got 2 more years of him. Did we have an option in there somewhere? Or was it just no? It's just so we've got 3 years left. So yeah, it's a little bit concerning he's dropping off, but he was still very good last year. So even if he does drop off a little bit, he should still be more than worthy of his spot. Mahle, now he's a free agent at the end of this year, and he wants big money. Does it say here what he's asking for? It's 30 odd million, 27 million. So we need him to have a big year to convince me, or convince everybody that he is going to be worth that money that he wants. But he was good last year, as I said. Andre Jackson, Rookie of the Year last year, and of course, a very, very good pitcher as well. Let's hope he picks up, doesn't have a sophomore syndrome. Griffin Kenning is the new man in there. He will hopefully have a good year for us as well. And the final man is Trevor Stephan, Golden Glove winner at pitcher, and a very, very solid pitcher as well. So that is the starting rotations. The closer will continue to be Jordan Hicks. He was brilliant last year, so no need to change there. Nick Robertson will get a full season of him. I'm going to try him as a stopper and or closer. So we'll see if that might be a decent role for him. But he was superb last year, so a full year of him. He could do anything for us this year. Babic is someone who's going to come in. He's a new man in the bullpen. Now, of course, this could all change a little bit with spring training, but I do think he's worthy of a shot. So that's Babic. If we go down, Vesia, who was solid for us last year. Our bullpen actually last year was pretty good. So there's no need to sort of have a massive overhaul. Seth Elledge, who is very good as well. Rasmussen is going to be back for another year. Again, always solid. Look at those ERAs, always solid. His ERA plus is in the right place as well. His whip is low. I just think he's a good bullpen pitcher for us. Durbin Feltman, he was solid last season without being as spectacular as he was at the end of the season before that. But again, he does the job, which is all we can ask of the bullpen to do. Garrett Cole, we need him to fill in somewhere. We've got him as a relief pitcher on $36 million. I really wish there was something we could do with him, but I mean, obviously, no one's going to trade for him. He's not really a starter anymore. We get a little bit more out of him out of the bullpen. So, I mean, his ERA out of the bullpen last season was 2.44. So I think that's the best of a bad situation, is trying to get the most we can out of him. And Stephen Brault, now he's another one. He's a free agent at the end of this year. He was brilliant for us last season. Now, unfortunately, he wants some big money next season as well. I'm not paying him $16 million because he's not going to be a starting pitcher for us. But equally, we kind of will miss him when he goes. But so we'll enjoy him for this season, but Stephen Brault almost certainly will be leaving us at the end of the year. So that's the team as I see things. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Have we strengthened? Well, it was not massive tweaks. Evan White for Olsen is kind of the big one, isn't it? And that, as much as anything, was just to keep salaries down. You can see we've got a little bit more money there to spend now than we had at the start. Yeah, we'll just kind of see. I mean, we were a good team last year. You know, we won just under 100 games, so there's no need to rip everything up and start again. We do just need to just to tinker. We have a look at the prospects coming through. We've got a couple of decent starting pitchers that are close. That's just pitchers. Let's go all players. And we do, of course, have a shortstop as well. Now, I don't know if he's been called. No, he's too probably won't have been called in for spring training. I might pop him in for spring training, see how he goes. And TJ Nichols is another one. I'm hoping maybe this time next year we'll be having a serious look at him to come into the into the lineup as well, and he could be maybe he's the man that comes in to replace Mahle, so we don't have to pay him the massive wage. But I think Mahle might be worth it. But anyway, let me know your feedback and all that sort of stuff, guys. Until next time, I will see you for opening day, which is going to be against opening day. We're going into April, and it's going to be against the Orioles, our bogey side. So that'll be then, guys. Until then, a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the episode, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Take care.